All right, welcome to episode 37 of the 2-Minute Warning. Today we're looking at the LA Rams. If they're headed to Super Bowl, what does that look like for them this year?
Yeah, I mean, the Dodgers and Lakers coming off huge title wins, kind of a lot of expectations, not expectations, a lot of hope behind them, just to live up to that, but I do not think they will. I'll go more into depth. Like, Greg, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely don't see the Rams overcoming some of the other NFC powerhouses, that being, whether it's the Seahawks, Packers, Bucks, any of those teams, the Rams can. But they got to, the one thing I will say about the Rams is that they really embarrassed the 5-1 Bears.
Who we had as a possible Super Bowl team.
Yeah.
So that was a surprising win for
They
the
were
Rams.
just all over them. And, I mean, you definitely can't argue that the Rams don't have a potent offense. I mean, they got tons of weapons all over the field. And obviously with Jalen Ramsey leading your D, they're obviously a threat. I would say they're a threat in the NFC, definitely a threat, but I would not say Super Bowl contender.
Yeah, I don't have the faith in Jared Goff to say that they can make the Super Bowl. Can they have an early win that's kind of shocking over a bigger team? I mean, like he said,
yeah, they could pull off an upset.
Out of the NFC, we have Green Bay, Tampa Bay, and Seattle that are three very strong teams. One of them could possibly be in danger of an early round upset by the Rams, but the Rams don't have the consistency in Jared Goff to win 3-4 big games in a row to find them in the Super Bowl. So I don't see it happening, but they are a solid team. I'll give them that.
Yeah, I mean, right now, Super Bowl is very bold, I'd say. We don't even know if the Rams will make it out of the division. They got to face Seattle. They got to play the Cardinals. Even the Niners, they're not Super Bowl like they were last year, but they still got potential. They already beat them once this year. Yeah. So they're really going to struggle to even make the playoffs, in my opinion. Do I think they will make it? Likely, but they'll sneak in right at 6 or 7 seed. There's no way they take the division over Arizona and Seattle. And then, yeah, like they said, he could pull off an upset. But where they could possibly get some steam rolling is if they get that 7th or 6th seed and get to play Dallas or Eagles, whoever come out of that division, and they get a lucky, almost a first-round bye because no one out of that division is competitive enough. But I do like the Rams regular season. I do think they're a solid team that could get 10, maybe 11 wins. But just take them seriously to go against Brady or Russell Wilson or Mahomes in the Super Bowl, I just don't see it. Jared Goff isn't that type of guy.
Yeah. I mean, one thing I say they'll have going for them is that Sean McVay has been there.
Yeah. And he's probably the best coach in the league.
He's definitely one of the most innovative coaches.
Right.
I think that, his ability to innovate on offense and to, trick defenses with different schemes, different looks. I mean, I've seen them, they obviously love to run, a little jet sweep action, whether it be with Robert Woods and then fake going into a handoff with any of their 3 running backs that they cycle through. That offense is, it can really put up points in a hurry, and then if you're not, being careful, they could sneak up and upset a team. I would say the odds just aren't.
Yeah, and we saw Jared Goff lead that team to Super Bowl 2, 3, maybe 4. Anyways, 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And of course that was with Todd Gurley. This year they obviously don't have Todd Gurley. But that year they didn't have Jalen Ramsey. So I mean they have a relatively similar team.
Yeah.
No Brandon Cooks, but whatever. They had a similar team when they took found themselves in the Super Bowl 3 years ago. So I guess it's not outside the realm of possibilities, but I don't see it as likely.
Yeah, and we haven't even mentioned the best player on the team or possibly best defensive guy in the league, Aaron Donald. I mean, the dude's won Defensive Player of the Year, continuous years, led in sacks, and one thing, like Greg said, on the Rams offense, I think they don't have a star guy, but they have a lot of depth. Between the running backs, Cam Akers, Malcolm Brown, Darnell Henderson, none of them's their primary guy, but they can all put up relatively the same numbers. Same with receivers between Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, and even great tight end with Tyler Higbee, but he's going to come back. He's not season-ending injury. He'll be back in a week, and I do think the Rams will finish with a lot of wins. But
yeah, I'll give them 10 wins this year. But
yeah, I'd say 10 or 11 solid. I mean, you didn't even, you got to point out too, they're developing a lot of young guys fast. I mean, you look at Josh Reynolds. He had a really great game against the Bears last week. I mean, you're right. I mean, they have tons of depth on offense, and I truly believe, their running backs can get it done when they need to. I mean, it's really more of a next man up mentality because all those guys pretty much share the workload. I'd say more Brown and Henderson than Akers, but they really can put something together if Sean McVay can really get them to rally and not lose to any subpar teams or slip up. I think they could have a really good shot to have good position.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with finally the Rams will definitely not be in the Super Bowl, but I guess it's not impossible is my final verdict.
Yeah, even though I said 10 wins, I wouldn't be surprised if they only get 9 or maybe even 8, just because that division they could take 6 losses between playing Seattle twice, Arizona twice, and the Niners twice, and they already played the Bills. They lost to them, and then they got to play Tom Brady eventually. That's just a lot of big games, a lot of big quarterbacks that are a lot better than Goff.
Yep.
I'm gonna take him to get a 7 seed, but that's it.
Yeah, I got him. I'm gonna say probably 5-6 seed round. I think they will definitely they'll win a playoff game, but they're gonna get bounced second round. They'll get through the wild card.
Yeah.
I would argue, it's hard for me to put them. I don't know, man. I really feel like them and Arizona are neck and neck.
I see Arizona as a much better team, but
as far as division title, I just
okay.
I think if it comes down to it, I think they're really like close as far as talent.
Okay.
So it's gonna be interesting to see who comes out of that division second, because we all know Seattle's the prohibitive favorite for first. So that'll be something interesting to see going forward.
Yeah, I'm with you. I see a 6 seed and a first round win in the playoffs, and then a second round pretty sturdy loss by 2 scores or so from the Rams. So I think they make it through the first round, and that's it.
Sounds good.
All right, 2-1.
All right.